I got two messages. I got two things I need to address. I don't know if they're correlated. I don't think they are. Or I don't feel like they are, but there's two messages here, okay? The first one is I feel like the first one is the most important. Is the most important one to me anyway. Is that God is not predictable. Meanwhile, you want a tarot channel. God's not predictable, okay? I listen to God. Rituals are predictable, okay? So there's an energy here where I can feel shit like being ritualistically done, whether it be collective or specifically on me. There's shit going on, which is why I wanted to get on here, because there's a pattern I have now integrated that has been happening for a very long time, like years. And the way I was reacting to what was being done has been the same. Like, I haven't changed it, except for today. This is the first time I was like, the intensity didn't get to me enough where I made the wrong decision. Okay? So, this is also why Spirit makes us heavily focus on self-love, or like appreciating ourselves the way we are, is because as we are, also another message, come as we are, come as you are. Come as you are is like a message I see a lot, and that's obviously from Nirvana, but come as you are is also a biblical reference. So, like, come as you are. He will push you towards things that and I just questioned why I'm saying he, because I don't really identify God with a gender. So maybe it's just masculine energy right now. The masculine energy wants us to push forward as we are and direct us as appropriately, okay? There's a spiritual experience you've had today, even, where, like, any day that you're watching this, that has changed your perspective in faith. And you may not even be a spiritual person. You may have just come on this video, like, you may have just happened to be on this video, but you may not even be like a religious nothing, but you had spiritual experience today. Like, and maybe that's just you saw like your favorite artist or something inspire you into feeling some type of way, okay? So there's been an energetic shift that is positive, but it came out of a very intense negative place because you finally realized that you've been in this negative place before with yourself, and you thought you were making the right decision every time when you got out of it before, but you weren't, because it's not that it's wrong that it keeps coming up. It's wrong because you already made a decision, and you had already made a decision in the past, and then you went back on that decision because of the intensity of a wave of emotions that made you feel like you were pulling away from something or someone or some place. I'm hearing that you were actually just grieving, okay? Not only were you grieving, in the middle of you grieving, the thing or the place or the person that you were grieving for was pulling you back because they could feel you separating from them, okay? Whether that had to do with, like, even if you were silent, this was happening and you weren't speaking. Like, if you let's say you were, okay, let's say you haven't talked to somebody for over a year is what I'm hearing. But you still have energetic connection to them somehow, whether it be emotional or, like, I'm hearing financial. I don't know how you can not talk to somebody for a year and still them be financially connected to you. Maybe a parent, I don't know. or an agreement you have, or maybe you have money. I'm hearing severance. Maybe you have severance money from a past job over a year, so you haven't had to deal with the job, but you've still been financially connected to them. Or I'm hearing you weren't working for over a year, but you were still under contract. Interesting. That's random. You're still connected, right? You went back, or in some manner, you went back to the person, place, or thing because you were so intensely upset about being separated from it because they were. Now, this is where the spell work comes in, because some of it's intentional and some of it is not. Sometimes it's just energy, and the energy is too much for either of you because either the bond, or I'm hearing the binding was so strong that's it's like you're tearing off a layer of skin that wasn't even real in the first place. So imagine having like a prosthetic on for so long that when you take it off, it's healthy for you to take it off, but it's gonna hurt real bad. Like, it's not gonna be easy to get off. I know that it's reminding me of this video I saw of this woman who left her weave-in for, I think, like a number of years. And she needed, like, help with her scalp and the skin and all this shit because it was just under there for that long. Today was very, I'm going to just describe it as intense. It was intense, but I was like, I have felt this way already. I acknowledge that it's intense. I acknowledge that I'm having a hard time with it, but I'm not going to make the same decision. I'm not going to go back on my decision that I made, because when I did that last time, I got hurt even more after the fact of thinking I was safe from whatever I was afraid of by going back to person, place, or thing, okay? So this is also in correlation to God and the rituals. This may be a ritual, an unintentional ritual for some, not all of you. There are intentional rituals that people do, like within their daily life. Some of these things become spiritual if it's a lot of focus is put in, and a lot of, sorry, I have stuff going on with my head. It's coming out my nose. This may be happening to you too. You may be having migraines and then you have a stuffy nose, or like there's just sinus pressure. This is part of the ritual though. It's part of how I know some shit's going down, or part of how I know like I'm shifting. So there are triggers, like, whether maybe you're getting sick chronically at a certain time or a certain time frame, or like, do you know that there are energies that know what you're doing right now, and you know that there's interference, whether they're just talking or what, or whether they're when I say spell work, I mean like burning a candle, talking over you, mirror magic, any type of shit, like occult things, or it's just a regular pattern that someone's in where I'm hearing talking shit every single day maybe, or just every time you're not around, and then you start to pick up on it because you're like, why is it that whenever this is happening, this happens? And this has been like a couple years now that you're noticing that. Maybe somebody starts acting up around your birthday. Maybe somebody starts acting up around someone else's birthday. Maybe someone starts acting up around their own birthday. Maybe someone starts acting up around a certain season. Because they know when the holidays are, they know when ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So they're going to direct even more negative energy at some point, because I'm hearing that's what they like doing. They're going to direct this way because they know what's coming and they know how to ba-ba-ba to get what they fucking want. God is not predictable, the devil is. And the occult is. Because they do the same shit. They do the same shit.